Meet the kakapo. Have you ever heard of a parrot that cannot fly? It sounds like a riddle, but it is completely true. Imagine a parrot, famous for soaring through the sky, that instead walks everywhere it goes. This strange and wonderful bird is called the kakapo, one of the most unusual creatures on our planet. Instead of using its wings to glide through the air, the kakapo uses its strong, sturdy legs to explore the forest floor, a parrot that breaks the rules. The kakapo lives only in New Zealand. For millions of years, the islands were a paradise for birds. There were no land predators like cats, stoats, or foxes to hunt them. Because of this safety, the kakapo didn't need to fly away from danger. It could live peacefully on the ground, foraging for food among the ferns, ancient trees. New Zealand's isolation became the perfect playground for the kakapo. This long isolation explains why the kakapo is so different. This flightless parrot is a true giant in the parrot world. In fact, the kakapo is the heaviest parrot on Earth. It can weigh as much as a house cat. The kakapo has another secret that makes it very different from most other parrots. While most parrots are active during the day, filling the forests with their bright colors and loud calls, the kakapo is nocturnal. This means it sleeps all day long and only comes out at night. During the daylight hours, it finds a safe place to roost, perhaps under the roots of a large tree or inside a hollow log. Here it can rest without being seen. Its green feathers help it hide perfectly among the plants. This hidden lifestyle keeps it safe while it waits for the sun to go down and its day to begin. When darkness falls over the New Zealand forests, the kakapo wakes up. It is time to start its nightly adventure. Under the cover of night, it leaves its roost to search for food. The kakapo is a vegetarian, so its diet consists entirely of plants. It eats a wide variety of things, including fruits, seeds, leaves, stems, and even the roots of certain plants. It has a very special way of eating, often grabbing a plant with its foot and chewing the juicy parts, leaving behind a little ball of leftover fiber. Scientists can find these small discarded bundles and know that a kakapo has been feeding nearby. One of the most amazing things about the kakapo is the incredible sound it makes. During the breeding season, the male kakapo produces a very deep and powerful booming call to attract a mate. To do this, he digs a special shallow bowl in the earth, which acts like an amplifier. Close-up of the shallow bowl in the earth and the rim where the bird stands. He then inflates a big air sac in his chest and lets out a low-frequency boom that can travel for several kilometers through the quiet night forest. He will boom continuously for hours every night, sometimes for up to 3 or 4 months. This booming is one of the most distinctive and loudest bird calls in the world, a deep, resonant sound that echoes through the valleys. Besides its famous boom, the kakapo makes other funny noises too. When it gets excited or wants to communicate with other kakapo, it makes a loud, high-pitched squawk sound. This is more like the squawk you might expect from a parrot, but it is still quite unique to the kakapo. These calls help them stay in touch as they wander through the undergrowth in the dark. The combination of the deep, mysterious booming and the sudden, sharp squawking gives the kakapo a strange and varied vocabulary. It is a bird that you will definitely hear before you see. Its sounds painting a picture of its presence in the dark. The way a kakapo moves is also quite comical and endearing. Since it cannot fly, it has a very distinct way of walking. It has a sort of waddling jog, a bit like a penguin on land, as it moves through the forest. When it wants to move faster, it can break into a surprising speed, running along established track systems that it creates through the vegetation. Watching a big, round kakapo jogging determinedly along one of its tracks is a truly unforgettable and charming sight. This bird also has a very curious and gentle personality, which is unusual for a wild animal. The kakapo is truly one of a kind, and its differences from other birds are what make it so special. Its sheer size sets it apart immediately. No other parrot comes close to its weight. This heaviness is one of the main reasons it cannot fly. Its wings are very short and weak for its body size, and its keel bone, the part of the breastbone where flight muscles attach in other birds, is tiny. It simply does not have the right equipment for flight. Instead, all that weight is supported by its powerful legs, which are built for walking long distances and climbing trees. Another odd fact about the kakapo is its incredibly long lifespan. It is thought to be one of the longest living birds in the world. Scientists estimate that a kakapo can live for 60 years or even longer, with some possibly reaching 90 years of age. This slow-paced life is matched by its slow breeding cycle. Kakapo only breed every 2 to 5 years when certain native trees, like the rimu tree, produce a massive amount of fruit. This event, called a masting, provides enough food for the female to raise her chicks. This irregular breeding makes it very difficult for their population to grow quickly. The kakapo's breeding system is also highly unusual. It is the only parrot in the world that has a lek breeding system. Each male kakapo has his own personal booming arena, complete with tracks and bowls, which he maintains meticulously. After mating, the male plays no further part in raising the family. The female goes off by herself to build a nest, lay her eggs, and raise the chicks all on her own. Everything about the kakapo seems designed for a world that has mostly vanished. It is like a living fossil, a gentle giant that gives us a glimpse into a different time. For millions of years, the kakapo thrived in its island sanctuary. Its world was safe and predictable, but this paradise was lost when humans arrived in New Zealand. The first people, the Maori, arrived around 700 years ago. They brought with them dogs. They brought with them Kiore, the Polynesian rat. These new animals were the first land predators the kakapo had ever encountered. The kakapo's main defense strategies, freezing in place and relying on its camouflage, were useless against mammals that hunt by smell. The situation became much worse when European settlers arrived in the 1800s. They cleared huge areas of forest for farming, destroying the kakapo's natural habitat. They introduced a whole new wave of predators: cats, weasels, ferrets, stoats. Stoats are relentless and efficient hunters. For the flightless kakapo, for the slow-breeding kakapo, for the scent-heavy kakapo, the stoats could easily find nests on the ground and prey on adult females and their helpless chicks, wiping out entire populations. By the mid-20th century, the kakapo was on the very edge of extinction. People thought it might have already disappeared forever. The bird that had once been found all over New Zealand was now gone from the main islands. For years, searches for any surviving kakapo found nothing. In the 1970s, after intensive searching, a small, struggling population of kakapo was discovered on Stewart Island, a large island at the southern tip of New Zealand. However, scientists soon realized that this population was also in grave danger, as feral cats were preying on them. At that point, there were only a handful of known birds left, all of them males. The species was functionally extinct. But then, a miracle happened. Another small population was found in a remote part of Fiordland, and this one included females. With the discovery of the last few surviving kakapo, an incredible rescue mission began. New Zealand's Department of Conservation launched the Kakapo Recovery Plan, one of the most intensive and ambitious conservation programs in the world. Scientists and rangers made a bold decision. They would move every single known kakapo to smaller, predator-free islands. These islands, like Wenuahu, which is also called Codfish Island, and Pukenui, or Anchor Island, were cleared of all stoats, rats, and cats, creating safe havens where the kakapo could live without threat. On these sanctuary islands, the kakapo are watched over with incredible care. Every single bird is known by name, such as Sirocco, Rangi, or Hoki. Each one is fitted with a smart radio transmitter that works like a tiny backpack. They provide extra food in special feeding stations during the breeding season. When a female lays eggs, the team often steps in to help. Thanks to this tireless work, the kakapo has been pulled back from the brink of extinction. From a low point of only 51 birds in 1995, the population has slowly but steadily grown. There are now over 200 kakapo, a testament to the dedication of the Kakapo recovery team. Saving the kakapo is important for so many reasons. First, this bird is a unique part of our world's natural heritage. There is no other creature like it on Earth. Flightless nocturnal giant parrot, a true evolutionary wonder. If the kakapo disappeared, a whole branch of the parrot family tree would be gone forever. Its extinction would be like tearing a page out of the story of life. Preserving the kakapo means preserving Earth's wonderful diversity. The kakapo is a symbol of New Zealand's identity. It is a taonga, a special treasure to the Maori people. The bird is woven into their culture, stories, and traditions. For all New Zealanders, it represents unique, fragile wildlife. The struggle to save it is a source of national pride. It shows commitment to protecting the environment and correcting past mistakes. Saving the Kakapo is about protecting a living piece of New Zealand's soul. The Kakapo story inspires people around the globe. School children excitedly watching a Kakapo video. It's a powerful story of hope. Even when a species is on the edge, it's not too late to act. Scientists, rangers, volunteers, dedication, science, passion. This success encourages conservation projects worldwide. The Kakapo, quirky and charming, is an ambassador for conservation. Caring for the Kakapo reminds us to protect all rare and vulnerable animals. Every species plays a role. Losing one can have unknown effects. The Kakapo's journey from near extinction to slow recovery teaches a lesson. Harm, heal. By choosing to care for creatures like the Kakapo, we choose a better, kinder, more hopeful future. Let us continue to cheer for this waddling parrot and carry its story as inspiration to protect wild wonders. Each new chick that hatches represents another step away from extinction and another branch added to the Kakapo family tree, securing its future one bird at a time. The fight is not over, but there is now real hope.